Now,
want.
how are
They're
we
starting
going-
with the cul-de-sacs. This email says we'll be starting at the back of the property with the small cul-de-sacs and work our way to the main road.
Well, cul-de-sac, they mean starting at Coral Bean so they can work forward from there. That's the furthest point in the back.
Now, how
But
are we going to tell the people?
Well, I asked them
how and
about
what
that, and they
can
said
do
they
as far as driving?
give us a few days notice up front. We'll give a letter to those people. But they said you won't be that affected. You may not be able to park your car overnight on it, but you will be able to access your house if the mail's coming or whatever. Once they roll it, you're okay. You know, a couple of hours. They do it in the morning. By the end of the day, everything is okay, according to the secretary I spoke to.
He said we should send a notice out about driving on it to drive slowly, avoid sharp turns that could leave marks and things in it. So that will include all that in the notices.
Well, I'm sure they have a pattern.
Yeah, we'll get all the details up front, you know, especially like if a school bus comes in or something like that, and they make a sharp turn, you know, like leaving the entrance. In fact, if you see by the entrance there, that's where it gets the most, there's a lot of cracking over there. And that's what causes it, the turning, with the
Well,
heavy
basically, the
vehicles.
school bus is really supposed to only stop in a certain spot anyway. So do you think we might want to inform the school bus drivers that come in there that maybe perhaps the kids have to be let off at a certain spot?
Well, we'll go over, when they get near the time, near the end of May, we'll go over all this with them, all of the things, you can write down all the possible scenarios, and anybody who has any input, and let's do that, and I'll ask them and say, what should we do about this or that, and we'll get a letter out.
When are
Or-
schools
or-
closed here?
Oh, I don't think they're closing until in June or the end of May sometime.
Yeah, so they might be closed
Yes,
by the time
maybe
June
no
7th.
school by the time they start.
That's possible,
But,
That would be good if we could,
yeah.
schools closed.
I mean, they know they have to give us some kind of heads up so we know what to tell the people, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, I'm sure they have a plan.
Anybody have anything else?
So we also have to warn the towing company,
Yeah.
so we have to make that they can't tow at night in those areas, right?
Now, Sarah, did you ever contact the towing company and tell them that there was a change in the board and give them a list of names now who are able to call for towing?
Yeah, we changed that way back in
I
December.
wasn't sure, I didn't.
Because I had to notify them about the change of the holidays, the schedule we did back in December, and so we revised all that.
All right. Anybody have anything else? That's all we have.
Yeah,
Oh, the lake, I just want to say something about the lake. We already got billed for April. I spoke to this John Farrell, and I'm really disappointed because they were charging us $785 a month. Now, that green scum was on the water for the whole month of April, and I was wondering when they were going to get there to take care of it. I said, Sarah said they had already been paid at the beginning of April. So I called him this week, and he got very defensive about it. He said, I did nothing but lose money on your community. I said, well, I don't know how, because everybody else is charging half of what you're charging. And I said, the guy just came, the new lake guy came, and he put a chemical for that scum that's floating, and it turned brown within an hour and is already sinking. It becomes sediment. He said he sprayed. This guy also said that he sprayed for these cattails that were invading the good littorals, and he said there's no way they could have been sprayed within 2 months. There's at least 2 months of growth. So, the best thing, I guess we just have to give it up. $785. But this new guy, he comes to the door, he lets me know when he's there, and
I did see it.
and already there's an improvement. And he says it may need a second treatment, but that stuff started turning right away, and already within a couple of days,
He went
big
around that
improvement.
lake several times,
Yeah.
very slowly. He did do.
Somebody gave him access to get in the back lake. Was that you guys?
That was done last year. Paul Carr and Lars Erickson agreed
Okay.
to let them come through their
Yeah, 'cause I
property and
didn't know
put
how
the
to-
boat in, because that's why we never had anything done with the lake, because the other people were told that there is no access. Well,
Okay.
yes, there is an access, because they have permission, and that's still fine with the cars and the
Okay,
airplanes.
that's great.
So
All right.
they come right down, which is 2 houses from me, I see him come down, and I watched him do that lake.
Yeah. I'm not sure when he's gonna plant the littorals, but they have gotten a deposit for half the money for the littorals, and so they'll be going in, I guess, whenever. They might, I don't know what the weight is, or, he didn't tell me exactly when they're gonna put them in, but it'll probably be within a month or so.
Did we all agree on the dates for the board meetings for the end of the year? I guess the main one is the annual meeting.
I did confirm them with,
Joanne.
Joanne, for the 3rd Tuesday of each month, and I did update the website just today before I left work with all that, so the right dates are now on the website.
And they have the annual meeting.
Yes,
Which is like the 16th.
it's the 21st, so it's right before the holidays, but that's. if
Basically,
we need to
that's
change
when
it,
it's
we'll
usually
probably-
been.
Okay.
So, that's not a big deal.
Oh, so it's not the 16th to the 20th, I don't know which copy it is, but
So
It's the
it will
third
be, the
Tuesday.
annual meeting will be the
The 21st, I believe, is what it worked out to be,
21st of November.
of December.
Dece-
Oh, I'm
November.
sorry, November, you're in November, I was in the last month. You do your annual in November?
Right.
I don't know what day the 3rd
the
Tuesday.
21st of November is a Sunday.
So that can't be.
I was talking about December, I wasn't thinking November.
The
I think it was the 18th, if I'm not
18th, this
mistaken.
one, oh, but is it gonna be a Tuesday instead of a Thursday?
They all are now.
Okay, so it'll be the 16th.
All right, so it'll be, yeah.
Okay, so I did have that one
Yeah,
right.
so what you sent us is exactly right.
November 16th is the annual meeting.
November, yes. Now, that doesn't start until July, we still have June 10th for the June meeting.
Right.
Then in July, it starts as the 3rd Tuesday.
And, so candidates for the board have to have a letter and some.
That goes out, 60 days before the meeting.
Right, that usually goes out in August, so they get their names in, et cetera.
And then a second notice goes out
Right.
at least 2 weeks before the
Right.
meeting.
All right, anybody have anything else? All right, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Take
Well, I
a
got-
motion.
Oh, Jack's good.
Just a question, and I see Doug left, but, when that thing said about that corner house over in Dunhoon Alley, about putting an additional deck on that, is that gonna be inside the screen?
No.
Lanai, or outside the screen? Lanai?
He said it's within the brickwork that he has a pathway there, but
It's a
he,
brick
but he
path
didn't
that
say.
goes around that house.
Yeah, it's
Now,
within
if it's
that.
out, maybe I'm wrong in this, but if it's outside the screen Lanai, and you're gonna put a patio out there, put furniture on it, and then you got another complaint in regards to a woman that's got a barbecue out there, this, that, and the other thing, you're gonna send her a letter, and this other one you're gonna approve. I
No.
just don't see that.
Well, there's a difference. I mean, you could have a patio. There are people who've done that in the front, like they covered it in the dirt, like they made like a big patio. There's a guy on the corner of Old Meadowbrook Lane, and he put those blue vases in,
That's us.
like, oh yeah, that looks real nice.
Oh, somebody else did it?
Down here.
But anyway, and there was nothing wrong. It's not, you can't have the furniture out there. You could have a bench,
Yeah,
maybe.
but that Doug just said she wanted furniture.
That she has.
The thing, he mentioned, he mentioned chase lounges, umbrellas, barbecue grill.
That's the other house that they're.
Yeah, so that's one issue. The idea of putting, some kind of patio, I don't think you can stop them from doing that as long as it's.
The only thing then, they
But
need to
not
be
to put the
told that
furniture.
they have to bring their furniture in. They cannot leave it out there on a
Yeah,
permanent
the
basis.
patio's one thing, furniture's something else.
Absolutely.
I thought the other